Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is actually not all, but about 2/3 of Wave 9 of the 2018 NASCAR Authentics line. Now, I did not expect at all to see these cars this early, as it was only announced 2 weeks ago what Wave 9 was, and usually around this part of the country anyway, it takes about 4 weeks around to start seeing cars pop up. And just 2 weeks ago is when I finished out Wave 8. So, so now all of a sudden we have Wave 9, which, like I said, I didn't expect to come out for another 2 weeks or so. I wasn't even going to check today because I assumed that there'd be nothing there. Something in the back of my head told me to at least check it out, because you never know. And that happened to be the right instinct. Now, as I did mention, this is not the full wave. I could not actually find 3 cars here, and those 3 cars that we are missing are the Justin Allgaier Xfinity Series number 7 Brandt car, the red, white, and blue Chase Elliott Napa number 9 car, and the Little Hug Ricky Stenhouse Jr. number 17 car. So those I'm hoping will be next week. If not, then whenever I find them. But yeah, so the ones that we do have here is the Austin Dillon Daytona 500 winning car. You see all the confetti and stuff on it, and the free magnet, which is what gets put on the car. A little sticker above the window here. I think you can see it a little bit right there to the right of the name. I actually already have one over there from the Truex Championship car. And then we have Kyle Busch's Snickers Almond Car. Comes with the magnet that looks like the pit sign. This one is pretty cool. This is the 1998 replica of Jeff Gordon's Southern 500 winning car, which is pretty cool. As you can see all the confetti and stuff. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure it has like the card here, so I'm sure it will say on the back. Was this the $1 million race? Was this the race where, if you won like the 4 biggest events, then you get $1 million? Is that why both the roof number is red and the spoiler is red? Because I know they're not normally like that, and I think that's why. Like I said, I'll find out when I actually look at the card, but that's my guess right now. And of course, you see all the confetti and stuff. And here we have Kasey Cain's throwback to himself from 10 years ago when he was in the number 9 with the same font as, number 9 is right there. And racing for Budweiser. Obviously, they cannot get Budweiser for this, so they have Dumont Jets. But the paint scheme itself is spot on and accurate. And you have a cool sticker with it, too. And I do have a car to compare that to for when I open it. Next, we have Jimmie Johnson's Patriotic car. Pretty cool. Obviously, red, white, and blue. And, yeah. And finally here, we have... I know he's raced at more events, but I know he was just racing this paint scheme yesterday. The NASCAR Racing Experience, number 43 of Bubba Wallace. And nice light blue and white contrast. Then you have the magnet. So without further ado, let's open these up. Okay, so here is everything. Let's start the same way that I showed off the cars when they're in the packages. And as you can see here, this is, of course, the magnet, the winner's sticker. Well, I guess not winner's sticker, but, winner's magnet. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, all the confetti. You can kind of see right there the winner's sticker on the car there. And as we move around, the same paint scheme as I have reviewed in the past, basically just with confetti. And now we move on to the Snickers Almond Car, which if you guys have Cracker Barrels around you, you might have already seen in stores. I have never actually looked for die-cast and Cracker Barrels because I don't really have a Cracker Barrel right near me. I know where one is, but it's like more than half an hour away. But every year they have a couple waves for Cracker Barrel, and they're usually, most of them are like early releases of upcoming cars in the main wave. And also which sounds great, but the downside is that you don't get all, the extra stuff with it. It's just the car. But you do get early releases of some of these cars, and I know Snickers Almond was one of them. Probably run somewhere in the Midwest. As you can see, Kroger on the back. That's where Kroger is prominent, the Midwest. And now we move on to the Jeff Gordon car. And I'm just going to stick with my theory before about it being the $1 million winning car, because this car doesn't actually tell me much about the circumstances of the race. It just tells me the basic stats about the race itself. But I do like the car. Obviously, it's the normal Rainbow Warriors paint scheme. And you can also see all of the sponsors of the time and all the logos. Like Quaker State has a little bit more updated logo now. Pepsi, I guess you could say. GMAC is now something else. Oh, it's Ally Bank. Ally Bank that just recently signed on with Jimmie Johnson and basically NASCAR as a whole. Yeah, that's what GMAC used to be. You can see where it should say Winston. It's basically just a red box. Gatorade has their old logo. And yeah, like I said, it's basically the Rainbow Warriors paint scheme, but with confetti. This side does not actually have that much confetti. This side's pretty normal looking. And obviously, as I said, the odd red number on the roof and the red spoiler, which, like I said, does lead me to believe that this was the $1 million winning car. And I do like that they, obviously, this is kind of expected, but I do like how they did use the exact model of the time. Even says on the bottom, I don't know how clearly you can see that, but it says 96 through 99 Monte Carlo. So they did use the exact model that they're supposed to. Now we move on to the Kasey Cain car. This does look like a magnet, but it is actually a sticker. I have a couple other ones from the past with the stickers, and basically I don't really put them anywhere. I just kind of put them in my binder over there that's way full right now of just random stuff, as you can see. And we'll take a look at the comparison car here in a minute. But this is the car that comes with the wave. Dumont Jets is the paint scheme as opposed to Budweiser, or in this case it's Kasey Cain because I didn't get the alcoholic version back in 2008. But yeah, as like I said before, as the paint scheme goes, as far as that goes, it is an exact replica. And something I actually just noticed that's kind of cool, where it says Blackbeard up there, focus, that is supposed to be a replica of Stanley, which I just noticed now and is actually pretty cool. So now let's move on to this. Put them side by side here for a minute. Yeah. And you can see what I'm talking about here with the Blackbeard right there. And then we go to this one, you see Stanley. So that is pretty cool that they even replicated Stanley on there, which is just a small sponsor on there. Of course, Allstate is not on there. There's no replication of Allstate. Obviously, no replication of Dodge because they're not in Cup anymore. And but as you can tell, it's clearly the same paint scheme, roughed up a little bit. It's been in my house for 10 years, so what can I say? Car of tomorrow, obviously. And yeah, same number 9. I think they did a really good job, especially now that I know that they even replicated little Stanley there. That's actually really cool. And now we move on to Jimmie Johnson's Patriotic paint scheme. This is a magnet that comes with it. And here's the car itself. In my honest opinion, it does look a little plain. Obviously, that has nothing to do with the makers of the diecast. That's just how they designed it in the real world, but it just looks really plain to me. It's not my favorite Patriotic paint scheme, but it is one of a Patriotic paint scheme. That's really all I have to say about it, honestly. Not my favorite. I don't really hate it either. So the last one we have here for today is Bubba Wallace's NASCAR Racing Experience car. Magnet as well. And yeah. What's that? Is that just like a shadow? Oh yeah, I guess it's just a shadow on the wheel well there. And yeah, not really much to say about this. Just another paint scheme for Bubba Wallace. And so yeah, that is everything that I have to show you guys today. Like I said, there are 3 missing. We have the Justin Allgaier car, the Chase Elliott car, and the Stenhouse Jr. car to go for. So that hopefully I'll have to you by the next few weeks. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all later.